I would like to begin today's meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of land on which we're gathered and pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge any sorry business that may be felt or happening in the community at this point in time. Welcome to the City Lifestyle Committee meeting for the 27th of November 2024. I declare the meeting open at 10:27. I would like to advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. I believe we have one leave of absence from Councillor Bannon. Do I have a mover? Councillor Murphy, followed by Councillor Lane, seconded by Councillor Lane. Can I see a show of hands in support? That is carried by everyone in the room, I'm sure. The mayor's in the coffee room at the moment. Confirmation of previous committee meeting minutes. There is now a motion displayed on the screen to confirm the previous minutes that the City Lifestyle Committee meeting held on the 30th of October 2024 be confirmed. Do I have a mover? Councillor Murphy, seconder. Councillor Lane, show of hands in support. That has been carried by everyone in the room. Declarations of conflicts of interest. I now refer to the declaration of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest for today? There being none, I'll now refer to today's reports on today's agenda. We'll begin with item 6.1, the Sports and Community Infrastructure 2024 to 2025 report. This is a public report, and the presenting, I forgot to say that I've actually got the Acting Director of Community and Lifestyle, Mr. Leo Clayton. You're replacing Brad for today. I should have said that. For the viewers at home, it might be a little bit confusing. I've got a new Robin. Batman's got a new Robin for today. Okay. Now, our Acting Sports and Community Infrastructure Manager, Francis Mill, can you please speak to your report?
Thank you, Chair. Through the Chair, good morning, councillors. Apologies from Ben O'Brien. This report seeks to present an update on Council's sporting and community infrastructure projects related for the period of Q1 for 2024-25 financial year. I wish to highlight a slight change to the presentation of this report. Based on Council's feedback and how well the annual report was presented, whereby we had a report but also a slideshow. We've taken that format forward here for you today. The report, you'll notice, is a lot smaller, largely because all the imagery is now in our PowerPoint slide, which we'll get to in a moment. Through the Chair, I probably just wish to take the report as read, probably just highlighting for councillors items on page 3 and 4 around the completed projects. As you can see from those 2 pages alone, there's a great number of project outcomes for the City of Logan. As I work now with the meetings team, we'll probably put up now the professional slide pack that's been prepared. I'd like to hand over to Jason Chin to do the narrating of this. He's probably got a better David Attenborough voice than me. And then, if you're okay, we'll look to take some questions after that.
Thank you, Francis. Through the Chair. We achieved a number of significant milestones again in Q1 of this year, and I'm delighted to run through some of the highlights with you this morning. In Q1, we were awarded the contract for the main construction works for the Beenleigh Aquatic Centre, and works commenced on site. The demolition works were completed, and we are now progressing with the earthworks. Operator progressed. I'm happy to announce that an operator for the venue has now been secured. Design for the Flagstone Community Centre was finalised in Q1 with the procurement of the contractor to commence in Q2. Our program of sports lighting upgrades continued with the completion of field lights at Leyden Fields and Homestead Park. Works continued for the Queens Road Depot redevelopment in Q1, and I'm pleased to advise that the dog sales building and the vet clinic are now complete, with the public car park currently under construction. The full redevelopment works are expected to be completed by early Q3. The Jimboomba Park Rugby League clubhouse was completed, with the official opening held in October. The Chris Green Park Clubhouse project was also completed, with the official opening also held in October. And the Everleigh Sports Park Clubhouse was also completed, and I think we've got a video of the opening here. And in Q1, we also completed the car park shade structure and solar for the Wilbur Street Youth Centre. Thank you, and we're happy to take questions.
Councillor Wilcox.
Thank you very much. I haven't seen that video before for Everleigh, so if you've got a copy, can you flick it to me so I can share it? Because I haven't even seen that from Mirvac, so and it was really good. Thank you.
Councillor Lane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. So Recon is the tender winner out of the Wilbur Street Youth Centre, and I've been down and had a chat with Rolando, who's got some big plans, and as a community we're going to work together to try and achieve some really big dreams for that area. I just wanted to report that although it's not officially open, there's about 30 kids there each afternoon, and that's 30 kids not hanging out at the shops or at the street, and it's really going to make a wonderful difference in our world and our community. So thank you very much for the hard work that was put in. You know, the team really went above and beyond. Spent a few bob, that's for sure, but there's a few more in the reserves just in case things go wrong. So thank you for creating that space. It's already being used and it's wonderful.
No further questions, councillors? Okay, councillors, I believe we have a motion. Oh, Councillor Murphy. Okay, I believe we have a motion on the board. It's been moved by Councillor Murphy. Do I have a seconder? Councillor St. Leger. Okay, can I have a show of hands of those in support? That has been carried unanimously. Okay, so I note that Francis Mills will be presenting a late report later in today's agenda. Therefore, general business for the Acting Sports and Community Infrastructure Manager will be addressed later in the meeting. With that, I believe we can move on to our next report. Is that it? Okay, yep. Our next item. Musical chairs. Okay, so we're moved on to item 6.2, proposed Logan Art Gallery 2025 exhibition program. This is a public report, and we have the program leader, acting libraries and creative industry manager, Naomi Sands, and we also have our art gallery coordinator, Michael Wardell. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and through the Chair, good morning, Mayor and Councillors. The Logan Art Gallery team has developed an exciting program of exhibitions for 2025. Next year, Logan Art Gallery is celebrating its 30th year of delivering outstanding visual arts experiences to our community. The gallery will run programs throughout the year to mark this significant milestone, with a celebration event scheduled in line with our July presentation of exhibitions. I would like to hand over to Michael Wardell, our gallery coordinator, to present the program. But before I do, I wanted to highlight this is Michael's last program. He is retiring at the end of the year after 12 years at Logan City Council. During his time here, Michael has led the Logan Art Gallery team to present an outstanding and award-winning exhibition, education and event program that engage and inspire our community of all ages and has made art accessible to the wider community. Thank you, Michael. And we should have some wonderful slides. No? There we go.
Through the Chair, thank you for those comments. Celebrating 30 years. Throughout the year, the gallery will feature selected works from the Logan Art Collection in the Foyer Gallery to celebrate 30 years of the opening, 30th anniversary of the opening of Logan Art Gallery. We start the year in January with Big Sculpture. Big Sculpture is a thought-provoking exhibition of large sculpture artworks that celebrates that celebrates the richness of First Nations art in Queensland. It's a Cairns Indigenous Arts Fair touring exhibition. Also on display, Nature's Calligraphers by Christina Hall and Glenda Orr, Ripple Effect Out of Art Waves by our mentorship recipient Jane Egglesfield, A Library for the Trees, Birds and Skies by Rosie Lloyd Giblet, and Eagle Eyes by students from the Eagleby State School. As a special project for next year, we present the National Gallery Australia Art Cases. The Art Cases program is a core part of the National Gallery's touring exhibitions program and comprises 5 art-filled cases that travel to schools, libraries, community centres, art centres, galleries and aged care homes. The Logan Art Gallery is presenting the Copper Case, titled Country. This brings together First Nations works showcasing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island perspectives, ideas and stories about land and country. In March, we present Nicola Hooper, A Bestiary of Reverie. A Bestiary of Reverie is a collection of artworks representing mythical creatures by Shallow Park artist Nicola Hooper. A number of these creatures have historical origins, while others are from an imagined fantastic future. In the exhibition, Nicola uses lithography combined with photography, as well as wallpaper, to create an environment in which past, present, and future representations of bestiary are explored. This exhibition is supported by the Regional Arts Development Fund. Also on display, Vestige 2 by Jacques Vandermeer, Paper Parts by Ali McKay, Workshop Wonders 23, Metallic Revelations by Boronia Heights artist Paniota, and After Dark by Belleva artist Trish Price. In May, we present F.S. Shellfish and Nancy Brown, Every Home Should Have One. Long-term collaborators F.S. Shellfish and Nancy Brown create a new installation for Logan Art Gallery that explores their shared interests in decorative pattern making to reconcile everyday experiences with art. Also on display, the Robin Dorr Young Visual Art Scholarship Finalists exhibition, OMG by Rochdale South artist Chloe Wigg, Our Friends by the young private students of local artist Mimi Liu, the annual World Environment Day posters exhibition, Rehabilitation of Self, Processing Grief and Past Trauma Through Portraiture by Rochdale South artist Andrea Carroll, and the annual Reginald Knox Memorial Exhibition. In July, we present, during this time in July, there will be a major 30-year celebration event that's yet to be announced. We're presenting Christina Lowry, Ex Libris. In Ex Libris, Rochdale South artist Christina Lowry continues her ongoing investigation of nature through still life photography and sculpture, animal conservation, taxidermy, museum display methods, and the still life tradition feature as elements within Christina's work to explore the care and preservation of endangered birds. Celebrating Our Logan, this exhibition celebrates the creative talent and imagination of the Logan community. Participants of all ages and skill levels will be invited to paint their experiences of living in the region to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the opening of Logan Art Gallery. Also on display, The Piano Keys of Humanity by Yipeng Wu, Alchemy of Materials by Pathania artist Chris Estridge, the Taiwan Sister City Exchange exhibition, and Running Rivers, Pigments of Place by Kueni Dias Mendes. In September, Artwaves 2025, Logan and adjacent areas secondary school art exhibition, our annual art exhibition of work sourced from the creative and talented high school students in the Logan region. In November, Joe Furlonger Horizons, a Queensland Art Gallery, Gallery of Modern Art touring exhibition. One of Australia's most respected landscape painters, Joe Furlonger, who was born in Cairns in 1952, came to prominence in the late 1980s with a series of large-scale figurative paintings. This exhibition will focus on several themes: the figure and the beach, the circus, landscapes and seascapes, mother and child, and will include paintings, works on paper, and ceramics from the Queensland Art Gallery, Gallery of Modern Art collection. Also on display, Grandmothers by Susan Peter Nappingin and Logan Lee artist Shirley Kumala Collins. Nature 3, a group exhibition by local artists Leila Bjorksen, Fadia Haddad, and Raman Kaur. Stories from the Underdogs, short films and film posters from the Underdog Film Festival. Little Ghosts of Christmases Bygone by Daisy Hill artist Dante Cotesi, and Ripple Effect Out of Art Waves by the recipient of this year's mentorship yet to be announced. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
What an amazing year that we will have ahead of us. Do we have any questions, councillors? Councillor Lane?
Yep, thanks very much. Michael, I'm really looking forward to seeing what next year will bring. I'm a bit sad that you won't be there to do Facebook Live with me and let people know what's really going on in the community. I want to thank you for your kindness to me in particular and letting my community know what's going on in the gallery. It's always been an adventure, and I managed to snag you when you least expect it, and you think you look dishevelled, but you actually come across as quite genuine and sincere, and I just want to wish you every happiness in the future.
Thank you very much, Ursula.
Councillors, do we have any further questions? I believe we have a motion up on the board. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lane. Seconder? Councillor Murphy. All those in support? That has been carried unanimously. Okay, now we're on to general business. And I'd like you to wait just a second, Michael. You're not out of the wings just yet. Personally, I'm very excited for our latest Logan Art Collection exhibition, New Acquisitions, which will be open on the 6th of December at 6 p.m. Am I correct? And my understanding is that the opening will also pay tribute to the contributions that yourself, Michael, as our Logan Art Gallery Coordinator, has made to the development of a vibrant creative community in the City of Logan prior to your retirement at the end of this year. As the Lifestyle Chair, I would personally like to say thank you for your work, your enthusiasm and your passion, and for bringing all of this to Logan. You have been the coordinator at Logan Art Gallery since July 2012, my understanding, which is about 12 years. I think only Councillor Bradley has served here for that long in terms of the council cohort. That comes on the end of a career expanding 47 years in the arts, from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, no? And you're recently recognised with the Gallery Museum Achievement Award in the prestigious Lifetime Achievement category. Is that correct? I am at a guess as to how we will fill your shoes when you're gone, but you have my utmost respect. I myself am a patron of the arts. I had a couple of Norman Lindsay etchings, and I had a couple of David Bromley paintings myself, and as you know, Brianna and myself try and attend the art gallery as often as I can, and it's always amazing to see new things happening. I'm sure I'm supported by the rest of the cohort in saying thank you for your work and thank you for your passion, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. With no further general business, councillors, you're free to go. Thank you. Okay, our next item is 6.3, the determination of Community Benefit Fund request, Star Community Services. This is a public report, and we have the Community Development Program Leader, Miss Michelle Griffin, and Community Grants Coordinator, Miss Elisa Dorr. Thank you.
Thank you. Through the Chair, we bring to you an application today for your determination for financial assistance for a Community Benefit Fund application. And the reason that we're bringing it to you is that the applicant is based outside of the boundaries of the City of Logan. I'm going to pass to Elise, who will provide you with a little bit more detail.
Through the Chair, as mentioned by Michelle, an application has been received for the Community Benefit Fund from Star Community Services. This applicant is located outside of Logan, and so we've brought this to you today. They're located in Cleveland. As detailed in the report, the organisation has requested $1,500 in CBF funds towards advertising costs for their Become a Secret Santa program, which will encourage the Logan community to donate gifts to vulnerable and isolated seniors within Logan. So you'll see that this has been a multi-councillor request, and 2 councillors have indicated they'd like to provide an allocation for a total of $437.50, being Councillor Fraser for $250 and Councillor Stemp for $187.50. And so we will now hand over to you for a determination on this request.
Okay, we have a couple of questions. We have a question from Councillor Lane.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chair. Elise, I just want to say thank you for your persistence. Smarty Grants has not been kind to me, and we've managed to cock things up continuously. This is one of the ones that I actually wanted to support, read it wrong and didn't support. Is there a way, Mr. Chair, that we can defer this to council so that I can actually re-kick in and put some money in towards this? Sorry, I read it wrong and I buggered it up, so I'd love to contribute local community benefit fund from Division 2 for this project. Sorry about that. Any chance?
Through the Chair, we yeah, we will need to pull it from committee to do that, but we have the ability to reopen it to LAE2. So we'll look into it going to council though, in terms of time frame and what needs to happen. So
Fingers crossed it actually opens Smarty Grants for me.
My understanding, though, would be that if we were to make a decision today, we would basically be accepting the amount has been proposed. I'd probably take it on board, Councillor Lane. It's just these follow a particular process, and I believe the quicker we get it done, the better. Perhaps there might be an opportunity in the future for this
Sorry,
one.
Mr Chair, I was just asking for a deferral to General Council so that the amended amount could come forward. So it's not actually circumventing the process or extending it. I'm not asking for an extension, just we defer other things to General Council, so I was hoping we could do that with this.
I'll ask the officers if that's possible.
through the chair, we have the ability to reopen the application. It would just need to be taken out of today's committee and deferred to council, but we have the ability to reopen that for Councillor Lane to make application.
So for that to happen, would we have to put up an alternative motion? As a defer? Sorry, would have to defer this? Okay,
Correct.
all right. Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay, there be no further questions. I believe we have going to put up a motion to defer this to ordinary council meeting to be held on the 4th of December 2024 for further consideration. I'll have a mover with Councillor Lane and I'll second. And can I see show of hands in support? That has been carried by everyone in the room. Okay, that was our only item. Do we have any general business for the Community Development Program Leader and the Community Grants Coordinator? Councillor Murphy.
Thank you, through the chair, and thank you, ladies. I just want to ask a question with regards to the new way we approve CBF funding through the application. Say if I was to have a conflict of interest, but I still wanted to add to that particular funding so it comes back to here, there doesn't seem to be an ability to do that. Is there a way that we can either, do I talk to you previously before doing the application online, or how does that work? Because we've just had one come through recently which that I was a conflict of interest, but I still wasn't able to throw it back to my fellow cohort to say whether that funding would be available from Division 12. So it's just a little bit of a minor technicality, but I just wondered if we could tweak that or some advice on how to go forward with those sorts of things.
Yeah, through the chair, it may be best for us to have a discussion with the city solicitor offline about this one as it relates to the conflict of interest process under the Local Government Act. So if you're happy to have that chat following committee, we'd be happy to set that up with the city solicitor.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, this has happened before. Like if an application has only come to Division 12 and we still want to support it, it just comes to the council for the decision to be made. But in this process that we have currently, there's just no mechanism for that to happen at this stage.
Through the chair, we take that on board. The process has slightly changed, so it's just the advice that we've been provided. So happy to definitely take it on board, but it is different, like you say, to what used to happen. So yeah, we'll have a discussion about it.
Thank you, ladies.
Councillor Lane, you have GB?
Yeah, so if there's a conflict, it doesn't come to council for consideration, or it does, and we can allocate Division 12 funding on behalf of the divisional councillor.
Through the chair, under the conflict of interest procedure, it would come to council for a determination. The report would detail the current allocation of that division's budget. However, our understanding of the Local Government Act is that that councillor who declares a conflict of interest is unable to make a decision or an allocation either way. It is for council to decide at committee.
And if there is a conflict and it's a multi-councillor request, we can still allocate Division 12 LIP to that project, even though it might not be ticked off if it's from Division 12.
Through the chair, yes, that would be correct.
Councillor Jackson?
So just for more clarity on that, how would we determine what comes out of Div 12's lip on that? Do we make the decision, or we're not allowed to talk with the councillor about it, right? So we can't get the councillor's opinion. We're just going to somehow read. Yeah. How's that work?
Through the chair, yes, that is the current process as advised by legal services that council could not consult with, for example, Councillor Murphy on that application, would need to come to a determination on the amount at committee.
Mayor Raven.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, as someone who manages a lot of conflicts in interest on the regular, there is a mechanism for you to provide advice to the organisation. You've got to do it through the CEO so that you can't be seen to influence the people making the decision, which would be us in this case. All the information you can provide to the CEO is factual information. So that may be what you've given them in the past. You couldn't tell the CEO what you wanted to give this time, but you could say how much you've got left and how much you normally give to other people to give some kind of context. So I, for instance, usually give about $500. I could provide that information, but I couldn't say, please give $1,000 to this person because I have a conflict of interest with them, because that would be seen to be influencing. So it's complicated, but there is a mechanism to provide advice to the org. You've just got to filter it to the CEO, so you're not directly influencing the decision maker.
Councillor Murphy.
So has there been a change in the legislation with regards to that?
No, that's advice that the city solicitor
Councillor
provided. Sorry, Mr.
Mayor
Chair.
Raven.
That's advice that the city solicitor provided when I asked questions about if someone brings a service request to me and I have a conflict of interest with them. It's like, how do I action that? And the way to action it is through the CEO's office providing only factual information so you can action it. So you would do the same thing.
Councillor Murphy, did you?
I'm just saying at the moment with the process, there is nothing that, like, as soon as you tick that you've got a conflict of interest through the current program, you're taken out of the equation altogether. So I just wanted some advice with regards to how can we move forward, because there's certainly some organisations within my area. Yes, I have a conflict of interest, but that doesn't mean that they don't do great work. So I want to know how I can move forward to maybe assist these organisations without causing any organisational issues or myself, and still support these organisations moving forward. So I'll take that on notice, and yeah, if you can help me. It's just that we've had one come up and then all of a sudden that I can't help, whereas previously we have in the organisation. So thank you, ladies.
It's certainly an interesting case. I mean, as community advocates, you pretty much have to walk into this role as a blank slate with no history of helping or supporting anyone without having a conflict or not being related to anyone, to not have a conflict of interest in your term. With no further general business, I believe you're free to go. Yep. Okay, we're moving on to item 7.1. I note that this is a confidential report for the Community Sports and Development proposal. We'll have our Acting Sports and Community Infrastructure Manager, Mr. Francis Mills. I note that item 7.1 is a confidential report and a proposed resolution to move this matter is displayed on the screen. Do any councillors wish to move into closed session for this item? That's moved by Councillor Bradley. Do I have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Wilcox. Can I have a show of hands in support? That has been carried by everyone in the room. Thank you. We are now in open session and the live streaming has recommenced. I believe we have a motion on the board behind us. Before we jump straight into that motion, we actually have a confidential attachment that we need to table. We have a mover with Mayor Raven. Can I have a seconder? We don't need one? Okay, can I have a show of hands then? That has been carried by everyone in the room. We'll return that motion back up on the board. And we have a mover with Mayor Raven, and we have just beat you to it, we have a seconder with Councillor Russell. Can I see a show of hands in support? That has been supported by everyone in the room except for Councillor Wilcox. How did you vote?
I'm going to abstain on this one, thanks.
Okay, that has been carried. Okay, councillors, does anyone have any general business for the Acting Sports and Community Infrastructure Manager? There being none. Oh, did you have something to add, Manager Mills? Yes?
Thank you. Through the chair, I just want to take the opportunity on behalf of Ben O'Brien and the Sky Branch to say thank you to the chair and councillors for your ongoing support throughout 2024. We really appreciate it. We wish the councillors an enjoyable, safe upcoming festive season and a prosperous 2025. Thank you again.
Thank you. And closing out, I'd like to say Merry Christmas to everyone, including the council and also our Logan family as well. Merry Christmas to all you councillors. I'll be seeing you in the courtroom. Is that what we call it? The boardroom? We'll be seeing you in the room for our final committee. So Merry Christmas. That concludes the agenda for today. Does anyone have any general business for a director? No, there being none, I declare the City Lifestyle Committee meeting on the 27th of November concluded at 11:27. Thank you.